What is up, guys? My name is Liam, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Vaxee PD Plus 151. Now, when I first heard about this pad, I originally thought it was just going to be a 150 in a different colorway, but it does appear that that is not the case, as the surface on this does appear to be a little bit different. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how my experience has been using this so far. We will be comparing it to the original 150, and hopefully by the end of this video, I'll be able to help you decide whether or not this could possibly be the perfect gaming mouse pad for you. So let's check it out. And before we get started today, I did want to let you know this was sent out to me. However, everything you'll be hearing in this video is going to be my own words and my own opinions. So everything as far as the build goes is going to be similar on the 151 as the previous 150 and the 140 style pads. You're able to get these in two different sizes. You have just the original PD that's going to come in at the traditional 480 by 400. Then you got the PD Plus versions. This is the bigger size, coming in at 500 millimeters by 500. And then these are all sitting at 5.5 millimeters in thickness. In case you didn't see my first review, the 100 series of these pads is using a very firm base. In fact, it is one of the most firm bases that I've ever had any experience with. The weight on these pads is very heavy, so I don't have any issues with these pads moving around on me. I did finally get a chance to go back and compare this to something like the Freefall base, and I would say that on my copy of the Freefall, there's like no give in it at all whatsoever. With this one, there is just a very minor amount of plushness. Now, just to be very clear, incredibly firm, but if you were to dig in here with your finger or use some smaller types of skates like dot skates and press really hard on the surface, there is just a minor amount of give. Here's a close-up look of the edgeless design that is done on these pads. One of my favorite things about them, very clean and very premium quality. So when it does come to the texture on the surface of the 151, you do notice a little bit of a texture as you're moving your finger across both the X and on the Y axis. And when it comes to the performance of this surface, this is still going to be on the slower end of the spectrum. So you're still going to get a decently high sense of dynamic friction and even the static friction as you're going back and forth. Now I'm going to show you really quickly a close-up of both of them next to each other, and it does look like the surface over here on the 151, the weave does look like it's a little bit more tight. I was testing how the surface feels on the bottom of my forearm. I almost feel like the surface on this feels a little bit smoother on your skin than it does over on the 150. So that is, if that's a big deal or a big factor for you, just wanted to put that out there for you guys. As far as the performance between both of these go, truly the 151, as you got a lighter grip on your mouse or you're not pushing on it very hard, this surface does feel noticeably quicker than the 150. And I would say it does slightly just across both the static and even on the dynamic friction. If you were to start to put a lot of weight onto your mouse or press into it, I do feel like this weave does give you a little greater sense of stopping power. And in that regard, it does make the static feel a little bit higher to me as well. Whereas with the 151 surface, like I said, where you can see that weave, looks like it's almost a little bit looser there. I almost feel like you don't get as much of the static friction when you're aggressively pressing down into the pad itself. So let's go ahead and wrap things up by dropping the glide test comparison between both of them. All right, guys, so that about wraps things up on the brand new Vaxee PD Plus 151. And like I've already stressed in past videos, I would say that the 150 Plus still my favorite main pad out there, even though I really do like the 151. And again, really, I don't feel like the performance between these is a whole lot of difference or further apart when it comes to each other. I do still kind of just prefer that surface over this one just a little bit more. As far as I know, this is only coming in the blue colorway, which I do think looks fantastic, but I do think that this is another great addition to their current lineup. They also did announce a 155 that's going to be coming out in the near future, a little bit quicker. So I'm definitely going to be really excited to get my hands on that one. And I promise you guys I'll bring you a video on that one as soon as I get a chance. But aside from that, if you do have any additional questions or feel like I left anything out, please let me know in the comments down below. If you had enjoyed watching this video and are interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.